are you trying to find, mate? You look lost.
Yeah, we're trying to find Rocket Espresso.
Rocket Espresso.
New factory. Ah, see.
Here we go, Rocket. Buongiorno.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
Ryan from Australia.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Vuoi che lo chiami io?
Yeah, nice. This is the system they had last time. Had all the parts and picked it all out.
Ciao, how are you?
Right, you?
Yes,
Hey, Lewis.
How are you?
Good to see you again.
good. So yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
I will take you guys to the canteen area.
Yeah.
Where we're gonna get it all together.
Sure.
And then from there, of course, we'll explain everything.
Beautiful.
Bits
Okay.
and pieces.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're just gonna run quick upstairs, grab some stuff,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna cross and go to the canteen. And
Okay.
then from there, we
Okay.
got some fellow all the dealers as well.
Yeah.
Already arrived.
Okay.
Charlie's on the way.
Yep.
And then
Beautiful.
we do some housekeeping.
Sounds good.
Sounds good,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, 2 seconds, you guys just with me here,
Sure.
and then we can follow.
Okay. Right.
Oh, no, that's...
That's a prototype still. So that's literally the update of the R60V.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
you do, what R60 was back in the days, that you could preset
Right.
Yeah.
the pressure, and then
I'm so glad to see that you've got volumetrics in a home machine. It needs to happen. It's too far.
Well, it opens it up to office as well.
Yeah. But just the home user wants it now, you know. We're still like the AV over the manual paddle in the GS3 because people are like, oh, it looks amazing, but I just want to press a button. That's what they want.
Good.
Yeah, that's very cool. All right, so excited to be here in Milan. We are at the Rocket Espresso factory. This is the new factory. Last time we got to show you the domestic factory, and this was being built for the commercial side, but it's all joined together, and we're here with a contingent here of Australian other resellers and networks, so we're going to take a tour, and we look forward to sharing with you what this factory has, and I'm sure there's a couple of secret little pieces or some new equipment coming out that we'll be able to share with you. So hope you enjoy the journey. Let's go check it out.
I'm Louis, account manager for Australia. I'm very honored to be able to work with Charles and the team. Also alongside me today I have Sylvia, that's our new addition to the team, our marketing manager, and she's very fresh. She just landed this week, it's her introduction week. She literally got here on middle of this storm of host. But she is a very valuable asset that we were managed to convince to come on board to the team, and will bring tons of experience. She did some experience in Australia on her previous work for some very famous coffee machine brand as well. She has been very lucky to La Marzocco. She has been with La Marzocco home. On this building, on this new facility, I will be telling you more about how we end up here. Some of you already came to our old factory that's literally 2-3 miles apart, but we built actually this building from scratch. So we got the piece of land and designed every single corner to make sure that this building will take us for the next 20 years to a next level in terms of how we can provide service. So how we can communicate, how we can welcome people to come here. We want to make sure that it's not only a factory, but it's a place that we can share and exchange as well. We're in this new position that now we are bringing a little bit more passion to the coffee machine world with design. So you have been noticing that from the classic Giotto, from Cellini, Giotto, across Mozzafiato, Appartamento range, we are now slightly doing some cosmetic changes, where the TCA has been very popular alongside, I mean, it's a bestseller, the Appartamento range, but the TCA came with some nice touches. There's been a collaboration that we have been doing with Valerio Cometti, that also works with other brands, but with us, he literally captured our essence and what we want to bring to the market. And now we are even more proud to share that we are from Italy and we want to share the Italian design. So that's what we want to do. We want to bring what is functional, that has been working, that Friedrich, Daniele's father, brought to the market as very German looking, that was working, now enhancing with the design. So that's our vision and passion, what we want to literally spread out and tell people. So it's going to be easy when you get to the showroom and see a lot of E61 machines. It's going to be easy to spot a Rocket because we have elements that will stand out. We want to push design and translate our passion to the users. We know a lot of people, as a market as Australia, the specialty, the espresso is already a part of the culture. That is country for us that we are pushing that not coffee drinkers, so designers that are now understanding how to, the love of the espresso. That's how we wanted to capture those people's attention, through the design as well. We want to offer something else. So in terms of how the machine works, pretty much, I mean, the E61 group, we kept it, but we put those touches from Valerio that is just stand out a little bit more. So it makes a point of conversation, people asking, why this group, why this E61 group on this apartment is different? Why is a little bit angle? And then start a conversation how we can engage with the clients. I mean, on YouTube videos as well, those final things, that those small details that you can share with the audience also makes different. Bicocca, for instance, was a project that Valerio Cometti got from zero, and that was a little bit his expression about how a rocket machine can be in that position. So the group very big to be the center, the motor of, so all those information, all those, what we say, tiny things to make a little bit more interesting. It is a beautiful design machine that happens to make a good coffee. So that's what we want to achieve. You guys are going to be also seeing the new R58. We have here the current model. The new R58 will be presented from tomorrow. Again, a lot of beautiful touches. On design, it's hard to us to please 100%. We're going to be presenting at Host as well our new home grinder. I mean, we have here two grinders, that the Spluga and Spluga Elite. They are, I would say, a hybrid between home and light commercial use. At Host, we're going to be presenting our grinding by weight home. That's called Gravo. So again, it's a totally new project, totally new concept. We're super proud to bring this grinder because it's not a grinder that we use OEM project. So those grinders are amazingly made by Macap. The Gravo is a project that didn't exist before. So it's something that we created from the design, the motors, all the choices was internal and external design collaborations, but didn't exist before. Yes, so Valerio Cometti is from V12 Design. He has been in the industry, on the coffee industry, for a very long time. He has been done great work with Cimbali. He has been doing a lot of work. Fiorizzato as well, with the Pietro brand, rebranding of the Fiorizzato brand. He done some work there as well. On Macap, also he has done the rebranding, but also he does work on the automotive industry. He works. He does a lot of work with Ferrari, the Maranello Museum. He was the designer, did the internal design of the museum. He does with big industry, a lot of different industries. So he's bringing a lot of this expertise into. He's a coffee lover as well. He's passionate about coffee. So with Rocket, he understood our essence, our message, and now we are translating through the machine. So it's a truly passion about coffee and putting in a piece of art. So what we wanted to make sure is when people buy a Rocket, it's not only because it makes also a good coffee, but also they are proud to stand out. So they can put in a kitchen island where they can share with the family. Overall, in terms of the building, this building here that we are sitting today is only 4 months old. We planned this building for us to be here in the next 10, 20 years minimum. The way that we designed was in 3 parts. So whatever is sitting here behind us is the stock area. The stock area is very unique because the space is very small, but we're able to put all the stock, is a vertical stock on rails. So we can stack all the shelves to make more room, meaning we can have double the space with the same footprint. Our projections is to double the turnover and still be able to accommodate, we don't need to move. So for us it's still I mean, 10, 20 years. In the time we're still able to accommodate everything here. We don't need to move. The next stage of the building was the production, where we're going to be walking through as well today, in terms of how we build machines, all the strategy, all the behind the scenes also has been, there is a lot of work done. You guys have been in many factories, or some of you have been in some factories. Italian style, sometimes boxes flying everywhere and very artisanal. Here in Rocket, we want to keep everything building by hand. We're still keeping the artisan part, but being a little bit more, in a way, the Japanese style. So combining the Italian craftsmanship with a little bit of the Japanese build-on-time style. That's where we're blending here, and that's our vision to make the production more productive. We only build by order. So everything that you guys are going to be seeing here, everything has been already ordered, some has been paid, some is about to be paid before shipping. So we don't stock things. Our philosophy is only build what actually the market is needed. And then, the last part of the tour will be our showroom, offices, and training center. That's still on the making. Unfortunately, we were not able to get ready for host. Our idea was to actually do the party there, but we're going to be meeting tomorrow evening in another location. But that's going to be the place that we're going to be sharing. It's going to be an open space, is a collaboration space as well. So a training room where we're going to be creating content, internally content as well, is a room that you're going to be able to send people, able to book classes in the factory, so a factory experience, B2C, or even B2B. So across Charlie, we're going to be able as well to accommodate some of you, for some reason, are traveling through Europe, traveling in Italy, can pop by for 1-2 nights and do something with us, depending on the needs. If it's a product base, it's a design base, so we can also accommodate all those needs in the near future. And also a space to do events. So there is many of brands that we collaborate here in Italy, as for instance, biking manufacturers. So we want to use this space as well to do those collaborations and use this space to be sharing and doing some work together. The green part of the building, we're going to be installing solar panels. 75% of our energy will be used by solar. So even on the sustainability, we are pushing a lot. Even our packaging, some of you are already used to, all comes in cardboard, can be easy recyclable. So our thoughts now are being pushed as well into that. We want to make sure, the product itself is fully repairable and can be repaired. So you don't need to throw the machine away because sometimes the pump has a failed pump. So you can just change the pump. So we have this vision now to push also into the sustainability. One of them is of course the energy that we're going to be using. Pretty much going to be solar. Now, in terms of water quality as well, all the building has water treatment across the building as well. So we're going to be popping BWT filters around the building. There is sparkling natural water. Feel free to use. And also the staff. So one of the reasons that we kept the factory here is because we want to keep the same staff. So we could find cheaper lands, and also to build bigger factories. We could actually chose another area to build the factory, but we're going to be losing the people that has been working with us since, there is a lot of people that Charlie knows since day one, they're still working here. And most of them are local. So we just moved a few miles away to make sure we could keep the people, because that's a little bit of Daniele's, our CEO, philosophy, and Andrea, our director, is all about the people. So it sounds a little bit, I would say, cliche, but that's why we chose this place and this space is to keep the people. For us, people comes on the first place, and that's, for us, is the main resource. Without them, we're not able to make machines. Without you guys, we're not able to also sell machines through. So that's what we do, is through the people and by the people. That's a little bit our main goal. Well, I think we are pretty much able to start our tour. So baby, what I'm going to do is we're going to be walking through now here to the mezzanine. Okay?
Thanks, Louis.
No worries.
Really good.
Yeah.
Got
Oh, this is much big.
It's-
I
yeah.
didn't realise when we came in. I didn't realise it was that big.
How deep it was.
But yeah, how deep it was. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So air conditioning throughout the factory, control temperature.
when you design from scratch, you can design it your way. Huh?
Exactly. The spare part department is the vertical stock is an automated elevator.
That's the machine that I want.
Yeah. The parts.
parts?
The parts.
I want one.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yes. Oh, in there.
Yeah. With the R.
The big R.
The big R. Half factory professional, half factory domestic. So all the professional line now, the professional line now is also high adjustable.
Okay.
So depending on the machine that we are building, we can lower or raise the line, and we can also get the machine 360
wow.
degrees to build from the front and the back. So we don't need to choose how we build. We can just turn the machines around and make sure we can build them.
And the smaller section down here.
There is a small section, yeah, there is a line dedicated for stone and also a pre-assembled line just under our feet as well.
Okay.
For boiler fittings and everything.
Yep. So this is all commercial and domestic all together now.
All together now.
Okay.
Have you seen, you remember on the old was domestic and another building professional. Here, everyone now under one roof.
Okay. And this automated system of the parts you've got going on there, that's all commercial and domestic out of the one now?
Exactly.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Did you used to have that for the commercial side or just the
That was
domestic
more
one?
domestic because the building was separate,
Yeah.
but now everything is concentrated just one
Yeah, wow.
building.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Love that. Capacity? What sort of,
Machines
yeah, how many can you do in a day or a week or what, or you just
a
sort
day.
of still working
So
on
we
that?
we can arrange for 100 to 150 a day.
Okay.
Of course, depending how we set people and how, depending of the model, that can be stretched or it can be lower depending of the complexity of the model.
Okay.
But that's the number. Between commercial and domestic, 100 to 150 a day.
Yeah, wow. That's very cool. Is that stone?
It's stone.
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't realize you made that.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you still producing for the beer here?
Yes, on request. But that's a product also for us. Is
In the future, new
and also is a little bit out of catalog. I mean, it's still there, but
Yeah.
but sometimes when you have an order, you have to order the flying case.
Yeah.
So then takes maybe a month, 2 months to getting a batch of flying cases. So in our lineup, that's I would say the less moving unit
Yes.
because it's very niche. It's niche of the
yes.
niche.
Yeah.
But still, we're still making them.
Strager, the lever, sorry,
The Epica.
Epica, yes.
They're still in the catalog.
Yeah.
But it's that product that or love it or hate it because people because basically the
We don't bring
R91.
it in, yeah.
Yeah, because the R91 with the manual control, so
Yeah.
it's costs more because there is more material on it, but you cannot save even the profile. So we always doing the coffee
Yeah,
manually.
manually,
So
yeah.
if you're really into the lever kind of feeling, it's okay. But in terms of comparison, the R91 at the end of the day, it has
Yeah.
a little bit.
And the TCA black copper is the most popular colour for you, or one off?
Black and black.
Black and black,
Black and
okay.
black has been very, very popular.
Yeah, right.
Black and black,
For us, it's been black and
Amazing.
stainless copper and black.
black and copper.
Cool.
And these are all getting new chassis, like the
Anti-rust.
Yeah,
Anti-rust.
Anti-rust, yeah. Because that's been our biggest issue. Because we're right by the sea, and we get all the repairs in. and,
So
Yeah.
even the classic apartamento now,
Mm-hmm.
we did a technical upgrade. They're gonna have the anti-corrosion chassis as
Great.
well on the classic apartamento.
oh, brilliant. Okay,
So-
yeah.
Throughout the line, plus the classic apartamento also will have it the special chassis.
Brilliant. No, that's good. Good move. Yeah, it's been hard. Everyone else does stainless steel, and it's been a tricky one for us.
Now the so is a special component.
Cool.
Basically, the lines are all brand new, but the stock we disassemble on the old building and assembled here, and all the raw material we have to transport as well. So only the, I would say, the lines that we build the machines is new. Everything else, raw material, everything is stock. We moved everything.
Has it affected everybody's morale?
I mean, in terms of even incentive, now all the employees have free meal. We also provide free meal for the employees as well.
I was going to buy him lunch.
No, I'm buying you lunch today.
He always eating.
I'm buying lunch.
You buy him lunch.
Yeah, so now, I mean, even in terms of, I would say, not only how they work, but overall, I mean, we have showers, they can come, they can have a shower before work or after work.
Have a gym?
We were planning to have a gym, but we didn't put a gym at the end, no.
Do a lot of people cycle?
Some people cycle, some people they do. So Matteo, one guy that's in charge of the domestic line, he used to be a cyclist, so we have few people that actually...
You guys sponsor, what's the link with all the cyclists and always just the sponsorships? Or?
So, yeah, Mail, yeah. The founder with Daniele, so he's still having the Mio GP team in New Zealand. He's still having the team. So in New Zealand, he still have his own team. And the connection is all about that. We have few teams that we sponsored, few teams we did collaborations in the past. They're still using our machines. Shall we start making downstairs? Because then we can walk through.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Did you like the offices? Did you like the offices? It's nice, right? Like,
I got to come back.
absolutely.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, y vos?
Ahí nos estamos viendo.
See, there are some people talking, some people.
Are you Spanish heritage or Italian?
I'm Brazilian
Brazilian, right?
background. Yeah, some half
Portuguese.
Portuguese, yes.
Yeah.
But my wife is Argentinian, so then I had to learn on the hard way.
Okay. Yeah, anytime.
Yeah. So wife was Argentinian, so I speak a little bit Spanish as well.
Grow and remain profitable.
We're all good, Charlie? Everyone?
Everybody's accounted for, sir?
Good. Is Sylvia still with us, or he just abandoned?
Popped into an office.
Ah, okay. She will arrive. So. Yeah, good stuff. So here we are in a section that everything that we saw on the other side with the panels, checkings for domestic, that's what we do for professional line. Exactly the same approach that we actually inspect every single panel. It doesn't mean it will not arrive sometimes a little bit tiny scratch, or it may happen, but actually we fully checked 100% of everything that goes into production. So the ladies, normally they will do the pre-checks to make sure it's ready. They will fit the tags, so the labels and the tags, the plaques on the machines, the finishes on the top. So everything will be inspected before going to production. And then the guys on production will be actually just assembling them.
So we blame them if it's scratched, because it's already been checked here.
Yeah, or you can blame someone that took it from here and took it from there. Yeah. And then of course this is, I would say, smaller compared to the domestic, because today we are doing 75% domestic, and then the rest is professional line in terms of machines per day. And then on the very end is our spare part shipment. In terms of philosophy, how we do the machines is exactly the same. And people who normally works on the commercial can also support home and vice versa. But normally they get already used to a line, and they will prefer staying in that line as a more skilled person. Something that's very unique about the commercial line is we can adjust height, and we can turn 360 the machines while we build. So it's not everywhere. Normally, engineers build the machines from back to front because they can think how engineers will be fitting parts. Here, the way that we design, actually, when you are building the machine, we can fully do a 360 on the machine, or 180 better, so they can look the other side. And then the machine will be produced. It will have all the machines, home and professional, are water and electronic tested as well. And then we will end up here on this very end, that we're going to get on the box, on the pallet. we are just about finishing our automatic palletized machine. That everything that will be produced will be end up on the very end, and we will end up in the pallet on the machine. So when we can store, will be everything automatic. That's the only automation we are putting on the Rocket factory, is when you put on the box, when you close the box, and we put it on the pallet. Everything else is by hand. We're still building the machines by hand. We can now we are pretty much now they are stopping for lunch, so it is much more silent. We even can walk through. We can maybe start here. We are very close. Ciao ragazzi, ciao, salve. So our most popular machine, the Boxer range. So yeah, so Boxer line, very, very popular for us. You can actually now here, very easy to see the height of the production line is totally different from the other side, or from, yeah. Because based on who is working, on what you need, you get everything lower down. Also underneath, there is water connection throughout and power on the top, so we can power the machine on its place to do all the checks before going to the electronic testing as well. So we can power, hydraulic, power everything in place. Also, you see screens. All these screens at the moment are switched off because there we have components. So whoever is building that machine, you have a list of components. They can, if they, okay, I don't remember, they can go to the screen and easily spot what they need to do for that machine as well. So at the moment they're switched off. We are still finalizing implementing all this part, but throughout the commercial and domestic line, they will have these screens that will have an indication of components, what they need to finalize that machine. Here it's very easy to see the difference between heights of production. That's the only line that we don't have adjustable height. But then actually you can definitely see how the impact makes, ciao bello, the impact makes on the workers as well, on the guys that are putting the machines together. So also everything already on pallet to make sure it's easier for them to after unload it, put boxes on it and then ship. And then on the special that we can actually move machine around. So it move itself. Yeah, they lock in place, so then it's easy to move. It's a rotating kind of base.
All the techs are loving this test unit.
To test the boiler.
Is that for testing, or is that a new machine?
No, that's the Sutto Banco. That's a working machine. That's under the counter machine.
Under counter.
That's kind of the mod bar version of Rocket. So we have the two towers, you see? The two towers. So it's a multi-boiler. Yeah, no, yeah. So that's basically steam boiler on the counter, water filtration system, and each coffee tower has its own coffee boiler and steam as well. Wow. Steam wand.
Have you released that yet? No.
In Europe, yes. In Australia, not yet. But we produce them. It's a niche product.
Is that at the show?
This year, no. But you can order one. I mean, it's able to be ordered.
Yeah,
But it's a niche product. It's a niche product.
Yeah.
We don't make many.
They actually thought there was a
testing. No.
unit that will test any machine.
That's actually under the counter. So all this unit will be under the counter, and everything you see behind you is the coffee tower. So those are the tower. There is a boiler inside, hot water, and a steam wand. Each group has its steam wand.
So that's the boiler?
Yeah.
Well, so that's a huge boiler for the coffee.
And then, of course, you can. Yeah.
Make it. What is it? Salt and vodka?
Put nothing, you just leave it there.
What was it called?
Sotto Banco, under counter. So in Italian, under counter. So we can now, here on this line, we do R91s, Bicoccas and Epicas. So it's still domestic, but the components inside are more professional grade. So we make on this dedicated line.
OG?
OG in wood as well.
With some wood, yeah.
There is also we're going to be
I noticed that somewhere,
yeah. OG in wood and also TCA in wood.
Yeah. to match the GME knob.
Yeah. I think so far, so good.
You should do this. Good job.
Maybe.
R in the background.
The art is in there, so it's all about buon appetito. So now they're doing their break for it. No, tranquillo, non c'è problema ragazzi, buon appetito a tutti. Now they're doing their break for eating. So the first one is noon, 1:15. So then they split a little bit the space in the canteen area. Buon appetito. Buon appetito. So Charlie would like to try to make a picture of all of us, maybe here. So if you can gather together.
Just with a factory in the background and the R above us.
It has to be on it, Carlos, okay? You're aiming too high.
Not your face.
No, just because of me, eh? You guys are all beautiful.
We can see the other not an Australian guy.
Thank you. That's Charlie.
Is that yours?
So yeah, so basically what we're going to see as well is going to be the very end that we haven't seen yet. So basically it comes from the supplier, the boilers, then we have the pre-built section in the factory. So pretty much we could have them already pre-built with heating element, the sensor probes and everything. We prefer doing ourselves. So we're going to be walking through is the very far end, and also we do by order. So depending the models that we need to build that day, it's going to be for apartamento line or TCAs. We're going to take the boilers, move to the pre-assemble station, making sure all the heating elements, sensor probes, everything is fitted, and then they go to production. So that's a little bit how we do. And then when everything is ready, it comes to the production line. Maybe you can go through here, and everything that needs to be produced is fed by the back of the production line to make sure it's very easy for them to reach. And sometimes they do a few steps, sometimes they do one part of the building and pass to the colleague, but everything is very reachable, easy to reach. They don't need to leave the station to grab a part that someone forgot it. Everything is in there, easy to reach, to just maximize timing for production. So everything starts with the chassis, so all the bases are based very close by. Of course, have the new material that's anti-rust. So that also helps for you guys a lot in Australia, corrosion. So everything will start here with the base, depending of the model. So 58s, still the classic ones, and then everything will come to the production. Here is a little bit messy, but
Question for you. You girls were taking out panels from that
yes,
warmer. Is that to keep it warm? What's it, to flex it?
because when it comes with the wrapping, it just helps a little bit to peel it.
That's all it is.
Exactly, to peel it. Yeah, so we cook them a little bit, or even if you bring food from home, you can. No, just to make it easier for them to peel out.
So we get a pass from the copy machine, we know why.
Exactly. So, and then of course walking through everything that you can see from nuts, literally anything is going to be very easy to reach. Yeah, and then basically we walk through. So some tubing will be on the bottom, some nuts will be on the top, switches, literally anything that's a little bit. Yeah, I know guys need those. And groups on the bottom, pumps, motors, electric. Then that's what comes from the pre-assembly line. Will come like this already. So. And then all the tubing as well. Expansion and safety valves will be also pre-assembled on the pre-assemble line. Tank covers. Here's like going to the Lego store and actually taking the bricks.
Your badge?
A good one.
You know, you could sell those.
Absolutely. That's a good shout. And then when we get here at some point, at some stage of the building, we do the testing. No R. Some has no R's, yeah.
For what, a different model or just production issue?
No, some models we don't put them. And then, of course, something that's very important is to make sure we have all the outlets as well. So 110 to 20. So we need to make sure we have them here. Then we can connect to the water. If it's a water tank, we fill from the top. We test also the water connection. We can push back. Some machines will stay overnight as well, randomly. We're gonna select some machines and stay overnight to do a longer testing. Otherwise, it will be anything from 15 minutes to 45 minutes, and then they pass along to the other stages. So those are ready. I mean, just in case. Those are for finding touches that sometimes the machine requires. But you guys know better than me, right? That sometimes it's just some love. We need to get some love. Also, the other interesting touch is on the old factory, we used to have those wooden bases that we replaced for these new ones as well. So every machine we built, there is its own base that we can just roll across the production. 100% are tested with water and electrics. So sometimes gets to Australia with some watermarks. Unfortunately, we try to do our best to wipe them out.
It's holy water. Italian holy water.
Exactly. Yeah, the priests come here from every 2 weeks to
And to bless it.
And then, as I mentioned, also same principle with the screens as well, to make sure as soon as I have everything ready, they will be able to guide in terms of testing, what needs to be done or assembling. We have those monitors to also give an extra information for. And then a last part, of course, panels. So all the panels can be found on the bottom part of the production line, and then they will be ready to be assembled. So here has to come to the electric pass. Panels are fitted, and then pretty much box.
So Louis, what's the capacity to produce per day?
Between 100 to 150, depends of the model, the time of the year, but anything from 100 to 150. But both worlds.
Yes.
Both worlds. Combined. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then of course the machine will get through the box. We got a box, and then on the pallet. Yeah. Of course now.
You're saying you want to automate.
Now we're going to have a line that's going to be automated, and they will connect to this line, and then we'll go through the machines, and all the process will be automated. So the boxing will be automated.
The strap and everything. Yeah.
The straps and everything. Yeah. So yeah, the strapping machine over there. Yeah. So even the top striping and everything. Yeah. Absolutely, and it also changes slightly the perspective, even when you see like, why the factory has decided to make it like this? Why when my machine arrived was not fully perfect? Because it's made by hand. I mean, it depends of the line. Sometimes that person is a little bit more in the rush. We will slightly put. Of course, we try to make sure every machine comes, but it's a handmade. In the end of the day, it's like making a tailor suit. It's the personality of the person who made you that suit that is a little bit in there. The machine, of course, we want to make sure I'll look slightly the same, but internally sometimes you can spot some differences. But it brings you a different perspective from. See the accessory boxes, everything also made by hand. So depending by the code, so you see we have some wood, sometimes for the R91 with wood panels. It depends of the model. Giotto Australia, so every single machine, depending of the country, depending of the model, has slightly different fitting. So we do everything on this section by hand as well. Yep, yeah, they're still available. The OG, yeah. Yeah. Hola, Freddy. ¿Te gustó? And here's a bit more in the noisy area that we do the pre-assembly for production. Ciao ragazzi. Tranquillo. Sì, tranquillo. Non preoccuparti. So basically fitting on the pumps and everything, that's the area that we do a lot of noise, the drills and everything.
Oh, so this is where you fit all the...
Yeah, yeah. And that's a lot of drilling. So even hitting elements and everything. Now we are just making sure we're gonna put some special soundproof kind of
For these guys?
for those guys, yeah. Just make sure there is a little bit more, it protects a little bit more not spread so much the sound over the factory, because it's very loud. I mean, they're all day doing the electric drills and stuff, so it's a bit more heavy work. And that's the same principle for stone. So the stone also is a co-brand, and then it's pretty much based on the Portavia chassis.
Yeah, that's the
carry-on.
one, yeah. Sold one of those too.
Price point in a way is very accessible. It's a spin-off. During host, you guys will see next to our Rocket stand, we're gonna have a very colorful stand of stone. We just want to make a more fun brand to work with. Rocket, we know the path, we know the heritage, we know the classicness and the strength of the brand. Stone want to play around color to be more the young generations. I mean, now more customized. I mean, having the personal touches on the machine is interesting. Sometimes target a different audience. We know that for Rocket, we know that mid-30s, 35s, 40s, those are Rocket customers. Here we want to go even lower to the very young, those 18. People sometimes are not even drinking alcohol anymore. They're going coffee in the very early ages. That's those audience we want to target a little bit more with those machines. Entry level, very affordable. Sometimes if they're uni residents, they can move around during off terms. So all those concepts, very easy to put in the kitchen, doesn't take a lot of space. Or, I mean, at home I use one of those because space for me is a premium. In Italy...
Also one for a trailer, like a caravan.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
those... Yeah, a little one. And it's, I mean, built by the same care.
And they heat up in like...
Yeah. Yeah. The cartridge on the group, 10, 11 minutes. The coffee, classic 9 bars. So even the care is so made in-house. So there is all the good points. Just a different brand, not very a well-known brand, but makes still a very beautiful espresso. So
I'm obviously the salesman. I said 9 minutes and it's 11, so sorry.
yeah. Yeah, but you have to put a range. Yeah. We never know it's 110 or 220. So yeah, so basically that's a little bit of the tour. We end up pretty much, well, I think we pretty much saw everything. The only space we cannot enter is the stock, because we don't have the safety shoes and they will be very picky on me going there. But basically it's just a beautiful shelves that own their own rails. They can move one side to the other. But that's the only part we are not able to go through. But basically, I think we have seen anything. If you guys have any questions now, or the idea would be, if you guys are still available, we're more than welcome to have lunch with us. We have a canteen area. The concept is we have some pre-made food that have the ovens to microwaves to heat them up, but they're very balanced. So we have proteins, we have some pasta as well. So we have a bit of balance. We have some salads. You are able to select wherever you are fancy to eat, and then we can sit together, have a meal. Otherwise, you have other things to do. You need to in a hurry. It's absolutely fine, but you're all the guests to have food with us.
On behalf of us all, thank you, Louis.
My pleasure. No, you guys make my day. So for me, I wish every day was like doing this, because it's just good fun. So.
Hey Lewis, thanks so much for taking us through this amazing new facility, mate. It's so impressive. Can't wait for it to be totally finished, obviously. Mate, really excited about the new gear, the new opportunities that Rocket's bring to the market. So.
Absolutely. No, for my pleasure. I mean, having you guys here, thank you for the time. I hope you guys enjoy as much as I did. And we're going to be seeing ourselves in the next few days as well.
Yeah, definitely. And once we get some more content and when this is all finished, we can't wait to share it with you as well.
Absolutely.
The new showrooms, new interactive displays and the cafe and everything is going to be phenomenal. So watch the space. We look forward to sharing with you very soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.